Fox 11 investigates this evening Bitcoin, an internet-based currency that's growing in popularity. Some holiday shoppers are buying gifts already using this virtual money, and more businesses, even here in Wisconsin, are accepting Bitcoins. But is this alternative to the government-backed cold hard cash for real? Mark Leland examines the money you cannot see.
Tom Wilkinson has been in the business of selling promotional items like custom printed t-shirts for 42 years. His wholesale outlet in Howard has always accepted cash and credit cards for merchandise, but with most of his sales coming online, 7 months ago, Mass Appeal Specialties became the first business in the state to accept the virtual currency known as Bitcoin.
Bitcoin gives us more opportunity to sell more merchandise, to take care of people that wouldn't normally buy from us.
Wilkinson has made several sales accepting Bitcoins, taking advantage of the growing market that now has an estimated 500,000 users worldwide.
What is a Bitcoin, you might ask? Well, it might look like this if it were actually a physical coin, but Bitcoin is a virtual currency born out of the internet back in 2009. Now, the anonymous founder or founders of Bitcoin developed it using a sophisticated computer algorithm that allows users to store and exchange Bitcoins directly all over the world. Those transactions are done without going through a central bank or even government control, making Bitcoin exchanges virtually untraceable.
Bitcoin is a digital currency. It's essentially cash for the internet.
Will Pangman got involved with Bitcoin earlier this year when it was selling for $15. Since then, its popularity around the world has exploded, making its value soar to as high as $1,200 a Bitcoin. Online sites allow users to exchange Bitcoins for cash. Pangman formed Bitcoin Milwaukee, a group of Bitcoin enthusiasts.
This group is basically to help speed up adoption of Bitcoin for merchants, for users.
Many users at this point admittedly are involved in Bitcoin as an investment, with the price for Bitcoin escalating 8,000% this year alone.
The value is shooting up way too fast for me to spend on, so.
And even with some setbacks, including the FBI shutting down a website selling illegal drugs for Bitcoin and the Chinese government issuing a warning about Bitcoin, the price is projected to continue to rise.
Those people holding a big chunk of it expected to go to tens of thousands for that one Bitcoin. Do you see it rising that high? Is that what the expectation is?
That is definitely the expectation. A lot of folks have even predicted higher than that.
And doesn't that make it difficult? I mean, if I have a Bitcoin, I don't want to buy a Subway sandwich with it. I'm going to hold on to that. It could be worth a lot.
Sure. That's certainly a quandary that a lot of new users face.
So to ensure Bitcoin doesn't just become a trading commodity, Bitcoin Milwaukee and similar groups around the globe are working to increase buying and selling amongst each other.
I discovered that Amazon and eBay are now fully functional to accept Bitcoin through Snap Card with your Coinbase account.
All those who attend the Bitcoin Milwaukee weekly group meeting are given a taste of this virtual phenomenon if they haven't already tested the waters on their own.
Oh, Bitcoin virgin.
Okay.
I was shown how to open a Bitcoin account, and a member sent me $1 worth from their online Bitcoin wallet.
Now the network is making sure that I had that dollar to give you.
Okay.
And then that takes about 10 minutes for it to get confirmed.
Okay.
And once it's confirmed, it's basically locked in.
Okay.
All transactions are person to person, and they're final. Once it's sent, you can't get it back. They don't go through a bank or clearinghouse, so fees are lower. Bitcoin Milwaukee is planning educational presentations to more businesses to explain how it all works.
Let's look at how it works. Bitcoins are generated all over the internet by anybody running a free application called a Bitcoin miner. Mining requires a certain amount of work for each block of coins. This amount is automatically adjusted by the network such that Bitcoins are always created at a predictable and limited rate.
Currently, there are 12 million Bitcoins in existence. The number will cap at 21 million by the year 2040.
Who's ensuring that my Bitcoin is still going to be there tomorrow?
No one. And that's the problem. People say, oh, it could be worth 10,000, could be worth 20,000. Well, it also could be worth zero. I mean, that story works both ways.
Mark Schaefer teaches Economics 101 at St. Norbert College and warns the economy has seen ventures like this before.
And to me, I see this as almost like the dot-com bubble, right? Everybody's buying these, right? Because it's this cool idea, poised to make a lot of money. Except, I mean, right now, what is the intrinsic value of a Bitcoin? I mean, this entire thing is being propped up by the fact that there's this sudden demand.
And demanded participation is what Pangman says will allow Bitcoin to succeed. Virtual currency has worked for companies like Facebook and Microsoft. Amazon just this month jumped on board. Those companies sell virtual currency called points or coins that allow users to buy apps, games, and upgrades on their individual sites. Bitcoin, he says, takes the application broader.
For Bitcoin as a currency to have some more legs, you need more places to spend it.
Ryan Bonin co-owns Bad Genie Bar in downtown Milwaukee. He has become a Bitcoin believer.
Pretty awesome.
Bad Genie has computer software that accepts the Bitcoin from customers, then immediately trades it for US dollars at one of those online sites.
Pretty cool thing. It's the way people have to use it to legitimize it. You know, the greenback took a long time to legitimize, decades. So the more and more people get a chance to use it and get comfortable for it, I think it could be a new form of currency.
While there are only a handful of businesses throughout the state of Wisconsin that accept direct payment using Bitcoin, there are online services that can help you buy just about anything using this virtual currency.
Green peppers and Italian sausage on the other.
Pangman is buying Domino's Pizza with his Bitcoin through an online company that acts as the middleman. Other online services sell gift cards to major restaurants and retailers. But keep in mind, with Bitcoin, there is no buying on credit. You can only spend what you have in your account. Although, unlike other current internet transactions, Pangman says the buyer using Bitcoin is better protected.
Obviously, PayPal was designed for the internet, but credit cards never were. Credit cards and PayPal both kind of function like you're giving your personal information to a merchant, and they're taking the money from your account. Bitcoin is sort of the opposite. You can only send Bitcoins. You can only give them up. You know, there's no taking on the merchant side.
Greater acceptance is already leading to increased regulation in order to safeguard and tax Bitcoin. The Chinese and U.S. governments are exploring their options. Bitcoin, though, has already survived where other virtual currencies have failed, and in that sense, Schaefer sees some limited value in it.
I see it being as a very useful virtual currency for people that work in markets where this makes a lot of sense. But I don't know if I see it, you know, in local Green Bay, Wisconsin, becoming the norm that we're going to walk around buying, you know, gas with Bitcoins here or go buy a cup of coffee in the morning with Bitcoins.
Is Bitcoin the future of currency? I mean, is this going to take over the dollar?
I don't know if it'll take over the dollar. I think it'll certainly compete with it. I think it's doing that already.
For Fox 11 Investigates, I'm Mark Leland.
You can learn more about Bitcoin on our website, fox11online.com. There you will find how much Bitcoin is trading for today around the world, as well as a video explaining how Bitcoins are created and used. The links are attached to Mark's story.